You always say there's nothing personal in it when you say what you think regards Wayney Rooney, the manager, and you insist there's nothing personal. There's no agenda, and I believe you. Why would there be an agenda? So that said, they were 6th, Birmingham City, when he arrived. They're now 17th. 6 points clear of relegation. He was asked post-match last night, straight after the defeat, but he knows what it's like to face the media. He was asked, are we beginning to move any closer to seeing what Wayney Rooney's Birmingham are about?
A long way off. So I think that's, being honest, a long way off. But I think what the players have shown is we've adapted. We're playing in a different way, more of a... I want the players to play and be brave with the ball, but at the right times. So we've adapted, and I've adapted to the players I have here. So we want to keep moving forward as a club. Recruitment is really important over the next 12 months in what we want to do, and ultimately we want to be a team who dominates games. And we're not at that level yet, we know that. So we have to find a different way, but still stick to the principles which we have, which I've brought in.
So he says, no, we're a long way off from seeing my idea of what Birmingham City should be about. When they were 6 when he arrived, as I said, they're now 17th. They've got 2 wins from 11.
Yeah.
Where do you go with it, Simon? Is it too early yet to say, Wayne, we're beginning to get concerned? Or are they there already?
Well, look, I mean, I think they made a decision. What should be slightly concerning is that Wayney Rooney says he's had to adapt to the players, and ultimately the recruitment is important. And of course, recruitment is always important, but that should be a smoke signal to the Birmingham board that there's going to be requests for quite, I should imagine, some significant investment. If you didn't know what the playing was, if you were brought in to a club that was, from what I understand, obviously we had the headline news that they were 6th in the league and they were doing okay, but you talk to people that are Birmingham fans, certain Birmingham fans, that were saying it was hard watch with Eustace, it wasn't great football, and it was beginning to come off the boil. And so Rooney caught them at the time when they were moving from boiling to simmer. Playing 11 games, getting 8 points is relegation form. You continue that, you get relegated. You extrapolate that over a season, you get 32 points, you finish bottom of the league, second to bottom. Do I think that will continue? Probably not. Do I think that we've seen anything vaguely resembling what Wayney Rooney might be as a manager? No, at no point. At no point. At no point during this debate about his management credentials, he went into Derby when everything was up in the air. And so often people make a big deal about how difficult it's to manage in those environments. Sometimes it's much easier because you don't have any choices. You just have to knuckle down and get on with the fact, and you've got all the adversity against you, and you've got all of the circumstances where you've got the built-in scenario where there's no pressure because people are expecting it to fall apart. You're in free fall. Your club's in administration or in real big difficulties. Your owner's gone missing because he can't fund the football club anymore, and you're having to get players out of the door. All of that provides a backdrop that you can actually galvanise, and he did that. They stayed up barely with Derby. He's gone to America. He's done nothing in America, and he started slowly at Birmingham. So I don't know what we can say. It almost feels like you have to be almost apologetic for being critical of Wayney Rooney, but there's nothing to criticise or praise. There's just nothing there. It's just Wayney Rooney. If it was any other manager without Wayney Rooney's name, you'd be looking at it and going, well, what is this?
We know they're super ambitious at Birmingham City. We know that.
Yeah.
Tom Brady et al. But do you think we'll see him being given the time, is what I'm trying to ask you, to fulfil his potential at Birmingham City?
Well, it depends what you think his potential is. I don't know.
I mean, if you were at the top of the club, Simon, and you know what it's like to react at a time like this, hang about, I'm looking at it. 2 wins from 11.
Well, they've got what
now,
they deserve,
where's this
they?
going? Where would your mind be going this morning? Are you thinking of pressing the panic button?
Well, it depends. Again, I wouldn't have made the Rooney appointment, so I can't put myself in those shoes. I don't look at it and say, I tell you what I needed to do. I was 6th in the league. I need to go and get someone that wins 1 game in 4. In the American League. That's what I need to do. And finish mid-table, lower to mid-table in the American League. And I need to go get him because he's going to be the solution. Now, I would need to... I've understood that decision-making process. What is in that decision-making process? What was it about the guy that wins 1 game in 4 with a 27% win record, that made me want to talk to him. At the front of the queue will be Wayney Rooney, the name. Now, maybe these guys came across one another because it's an American ownership model to some extent, came across one another in America, and they saw something that really impressed them about Wayne.
Yeah.
And then when they sat down and talked with him, and he gave them this wonderful speech about what the vision should be for Birmingham City and how he's going to be able to deliver it, if I bought into that, and I'm seeing the change, and Wayne's talking about the need for a change and adapting, and the change is coming, well, you're in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, but when it comes to recruitment, his recommendations might be significant.
Well, again,
if they can get them.
I'm assuming that you would have had those conversations on the way in.
Right.
I'm assuming that if you wanted to autograph hunt and bring somebody in like Wayney Rooney, then I would imagine that the conversation must have been had.
Yeah.
That here's the playing squad, here's where we are, here's what we look like, here's how we're currently playing, here's our current budgets. What do you think and what will you need?
And just to be absolutely sure, in everybody's mind, you've got no agenda against Wayne.
I've got an agenda against people getting jobs that don't merit it. I absolutely have an agenda against that. I don't like it. I think people should earn the right to have a job, but I also think people should be given an opportunity. And if it's an opportunity for Wayney Rooney, after 11 games, it's an opportunity he's currently not taking. I think anybody in their right mind would say, even if they had an agenda, that he was fortunate to get this job. So if you're fortunate to get this job, it's really incumbent upon you not to deliver 0.7 points a game.
Okay.
Because then, if you continue with that vein of form, you're going to get relegated, and who wants that?
Very briefly, I'll throw it out there to Birmingham fans at the moment. There's one. They gave it a go. Yeah, they gave it a go, but
easy.
They lost.
It's easy against the top sides.
Yeah.
When you're playing with top sides in the league, it's easy to give it a go.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.